Alright, welcome to my round 1 game of GPV. I'm playing Temur ramp against Mikkjal, who seems to be on an instant speed Cane Dancer / Command Princess deck. On a draw, which is not great. Let's see, opening hand, no 1-drop. Do I want to hard mulligan for a 1-drop? They have Cosmic Cinco, right? So if I keep this hand, what's my play? Turn 2 Ramsey, turn 3 Recall. Do I want to... Like, if I hard mulligan for a Primal Resurgence and it gets Sinkhold, I don't think I'm very happy about that. So do I keep this? I think I'm willing to keep this, right? Like, if my Ramsey gets Cosmic Sinkhold, I'm a lot less sad about it than if my turn 1 Primal gets a Sinkhold. Yeah, fine. I'll keep this. Might be a mistake. Maybe I should be mulliganing harder, but I don't want to go too all in on my 1-drop ramp. So yeah, they get to first mate to Mabel. Let's see if they first mate to Mabel. And they are going to, well, they actually don't have to reveal what they did, but sure. So they're on the play. I mean, they can keep up a turn 1 Cosmic Cinco if they want. There's nothing for them to hit with it, so at least I get to blank that. Vivian, okay, that's good for later. Anyways, I just play Temur range tapped and pass. So this Temur range is probably fetching Lush Oasis. They Fractured Reach, sure, they pass. Well, I mean, I can't play around Cosmic Cinco, so I just jam Ramsey into whatever they have. Yeah, so fetch with Temur range, get Lush Oasis, and let's see if this gets countered. I have to assume that if they have a Cosmic Cinco, they're going to counter this. Or if they have a Lost, like, it's a pretty good target for Lost Through Dreams. Okay, seems like they will be countering it. Yeah, I think that's expected. But at least Lost Through Dreams hit the Ramsey instead of anything more important. So next turn I just jam Recall Forgotten Aeons, and I guess it probably gets countered, but that's fine, again. And turn after that, I go Sack Bow Ramsey. Like, I'm just gonna play on curve and see if they have answers. Hopefully they run out eventually. Play Frostfire Geysers, yeah, sure. Tyrant Tributes, okay, that's not gonna be very useful for now. Shimmer range, should I get my off? Yeah, I should get my red source. I have Tyrant Tributes. So I'm just going to grab Flourishing Crevasse, and yeah, I'm gonna jam Recall and see if it gets countered. I mean, what counter spells do they have? It's just Cosmic Cinco plus Lost Dream, right? No, they also have Curse. Okay, they have a bunch of counter spells. Never mind. This is probably eating a counter spell. It's Cursor Glance. Yeah, expected. So I'm really hoping to top deck land next turn because it'll let me play 2 things. And Sackbow would be pretty nice to resolve because that means I can keep up mana to turn off Cane Dancer. They're gonna play Magmactorn and fetch Nell. They want to do something main phase for some reason. Are they just gonna play Dreams Come True? No, there's no reason to fetch now, right? So they're probably just playing Submopoly right now. Fetch Pool of Light, sure. And they pass, yeah. No reason to fetch now. Primal okay, well that's... okay, so Primal Resurgence, it's almost land. It's also a pretty big Princess bait, but whatever. So I started with Primal Resurgence and then tried to jam Ramsey plus... Well, I can't do Ramsey plus Sackbow unless I sack the land aura. Maybe I should do that anyways because, like, I know Princess is coming down eventually, and that thing will blow up Primal Resurgence. Might as well spend the mana while I can, but then if I get out Sackbow with no backing, then it dies to Princess. Yeah, I'm just gonna start with Primal Resurgence, see how they react. Okay, it, sure. Do I go Ramsey or Sackbow? I think I always go Ramsey first. Like, worst case scenario, I can still untap the forest later on. Like, if they want to counter this Ramsey, and feel free to, because that's less counter spells going towards my actual threats. That seems like they will be countering it. Cane Dancer, yeah, expected. Well, at least they got rid of that one thing. Cane Dancer, Flashback, Lost Through Dreams. And then they have nothing on their end step, so that means they don't have ready for anything. So they might be holding Princess. And they might be tempted to Princess main phase because it blows up my Primal Resurgence before I can use it. Whack me for 1 and pass, yeah. Well, if they're not holding Princess, okay, another Primal Resurgence. I'd rather prefer, I really prefer drawing lands right now instead of these Primal Resurgences, but I mean, it's fine. So, how many Sackbow targets are in the graveyards, right? Okay, I have enough Sackbow targets to make Sackbow a 4/4. I mean, they can't blow up lands, so no point in not playing out Primal Resurgence. Like, it's basically breaks even on mana and gives me more mana next turn. And they let it happen, which is expected. And then I just play out Sackbow and see how if it gets countered or not. If it gets countered, then next turn I try to jam Vivian and see if that gets countered. You're gonna have to run out of counter spells eventually, I think. And I am starting to build up some amount of mana. Still wish that I'm gonna get to draw a land soon, but whatever. They let it happen. Cool. Alright, Sackbow uses this floating mana to get rid of your Magmatic Torrent. Are you gonna blow up Sackbow in response? You need 2 removal spells to blow up Sackbow. Or I guess it's no, they're just gonna let it. Okay, sure. So now it's immune to Void Flare because I can just activate Sackbow in response. So I think they just don't have a counter for this. And that's really good for me because it's gonna go the distance. All the removal is damage based. Okay, Cosmic Coalescing, is that? No, Mabel. Sure, that's pretty good for me. Also, reminder to not block with Sackbow because if I block with a 4/4 Sackbow, it's gonna die to a Void Flare plus the creature damage, and I'd rather Sackbow stick around until it's big enough to not be killable. So to deal with Sackbow, they need the Cosmic Coalescing for an Alibi experience, which they totally can do, but that costs them a lot of mana to do. I'm pretty happy about that. They play Ocean Monastery tapped. Yeah, that's fine. They're gonna swing through, and yeah, I just do no blocks here because I do not want to be losing my Sackbow. I also can't end of turn activate Sackbow this turn because then it dies to Void Flare in response, and I don't want that to happen. I'm just gonna keep it as a 3/3 for a bit longer. Actually, do I race them if I... Yeah, I do race them if I activate... If I get Sackbow to 5, then that's like 4... That's a 4-turn clock for me, and almost a 4-turn clock for them. But they have burn spells, so I don't think it works out for me, but then, like, Sackbow isn't gonna be my only thing. Okay, they're gonna Princess now. Yeah, good thing I didn't block. And they're gonna... Okay. So now they're tapped out. Cool. I get to activate Sackbow really safely. So this is exactly what I wanted to happen. And if I draw a land next turn, I get to slam Vivian. So I'm really hoping that that happens. And do I draw a land? Nope. Curse of Encroaching Water, which is literally useless. Not getting the right land draws this game kind of sucks. Okay, so how does the damage rates look if I attack here? They have 5 damage on board. I have Sackbow, which will become more damage later on. Do I play out Curse of Encroaching Waters anyways? Yeah, I play out anyways because it's more permanence on board for Hell Scatter if it ever comes down. And I don't think there's any benefit to me having more cards in hand. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Make this guy a 5/5. And do I go on the offense, right? Yeah, I go on the offense. I think I lose pretty badly to Children of the Clouds if they ever do that, but I can't do anything against that, so yeah, I'm just gonna try to race with Sackbow. I don't want to be blocking with Sackbow because then that loses really hard to any sort of removal. I think I'm just in the try to draw out mana screw waiting room right now, where all my expensive cards are stuck in hand because I didn't get any good early ramp, and when my early ramp got blown up. Okay, now at least I have one more Sackbow activation with the Ocean Monastery in the yard. They fetch Sedate Tundra. They can outbuy the Sackbow, but it's gonna take some work for them to do. I guess they can also Dreams Come True to exile my Recall Forgotten Aeons, but I'm pretty far away from casting that. Like, Vivian's my next goal when it comes to mana. Also, fortunately enough for me, I don't think they drew any ready for anything this game, which makes it a lot easier for me because I don't have to worry about them actually getting more resources than me. So they're just gonna swing out. Do I need to worry about dying to Cosmic Coalescing? No, they're gonna keep back Game Dancer. Okay, cool. But yeah, I definitely need to worry about Cosmic Coalescing somewhat. Like, that's 4 damage off Cosmic if they have it. Well, anyways, I'm gonna try to Sackbow them. Are they gonna Dreams Come True in response? Like, they totally can do... No, they're not going to. And they can't do that, but it'll tap them out, which is good for me. And, well, I mean, it is a creature, I guess. Do I want to jam this thing? No, I jammed this thing pre-combat because if it gets countered, I need to leave Sackbow back so that I don't die to a swing plus a Cosmic Coalescing, right? Attack me for 5, Cosmic for 4, I just die. Yeah, so let's see if this gets countered. I'm assuming it does. Like, this is such a juicy target, and if they don't counter that, I think it just implies that they have no counter spells left. They will... Oh, Portal Fracture. That's definitely not a good thing for me to see. Well, I definitely need to leave back Sackbow now because otherwise I just die. And now, like, I think they just kill me this turn. They definitely have a Void Flare somewhere because they've been keeping cards in their hand for this entire game. Cost-based counters usually aren't this good into ramp, but unfortunately I got a draw where I just didn't get any lands, so I just couldn't do anything. They get to whack me for 5, so if they have Cosmic Coalescing, I just die. Definitely thought for a bit though, so not sure what exactly they have. If they don't swing out, then it just I don't think they have lethal. Well, then I'm just gonna eat up the Mabel. Or do I kill Mabel or command? Does it matter what I kill? They have no recursion. I'm gonna kill Mabel. Or no. Actually, I kill Command Princess because they have Crest. I do not want them to crest the commanding princess and then cast it again. And it seems like they don't have crest, because if they had crest, they would be using it right now. Or okay, they don't have crest. Cool. Oh no, if they had crest, they would have crested the bow a long time ago. So I mean, do they have lethal? Like 2 void flares would do it. Seems like they don't, because they would definitely would have done it by now. So what am I looking for? Probably still have a counter spell up. Well, that's my land. Do I want to jam Vivian? Well, so the problem here is, if I jam Vivian and it gets countered, I just die on the swing back. Like they definitely don't have Void Flare or Cosmic, or they definitely don't have Cosmic Coalescing. If they have a Void Flare, they only have 1 Void Flare, so they definitely should be leaving Sackbow back, or I mean Sackbow up at least, because that gains me a lot of life. Otherwise, but that means I just do nothing this turn. That's the winning play. Alternatively, I assume that they're out of counter spells and I slam Vivian. Vivian does 2 pluses, makes a guy, and I still die to the swings. Yeah, I need to leave back. I need to leave up Sackbow. So I keep up Sackbow, they swing out, I block, damage goes through, I take 3, and then end of turn. I think that's really the only way I can survive, so I just have to go for that play, and then hopefully after they've blown their load, I get to slam Vivian and do some stuff. Not attacking really sucks though, right? Hopefully they don't have crest. You are going to do Man Princess number 2. End of turn. Okay. Do I just die? No, I don't just die, but I lose Primal Resurgence again. So, I guess I'm off Vivian mana now. So if I just slam Vivian there and they didn't have a counter spell, what would happen? Vivian comes down, I make a guy. I think I do just die to swings, right? These two guys get through. Yeah, I just die to swings. So, well, does it matter how I block? No, it doesn't. I'm just gonna have to block and sack, which is not ideal. Or actually, I'm just gonna like spend the time to exile all your spells before sacking the bow itself. Then go up 9. Do I still die to that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I go down to 2. Or no, I go down to 4 because I blocked 2 of that damage. And I guess they have another Commanding Princess, or they're gonna crush the Commanding Princess and recast it. They can do that. Or they just have another Commanding Princess in hand. Does that kill me? It's like 2 damage, 1. Okay, I don't die at least. But I don't see how I'm dealing with this board. But they're slightly tapped out now, I guess. Let's see. Is there anything that can help? No, there isn't. Of course there isn't. Alright, so yeah, that's what happens when I don't get my ramp. Okay, how do I beat this post board? Hadik's come in because that's my... They literally have no answers to Hadik, I don't think. Often Surveyors, I don't think that really helps. Sackbow's great because they have lots of graveyard stuff. Forbidden Treasure's decent, but like not that decent. I think it's useful. Like I can back something up with Forbidden Treasure to counter stuff. Okay, so these guys definitely go out because they make my mana worse. Ramsey is decent, I think. Especially making Growth Sculptor kind of screws with their mana. I think it's worth keeping in. Right. Maybe not. Segway, is that... I never know how to board with this deck. Like if I want to make... Okay, how about I just make mana value swaps? Do I want 2 Tyrant Tributes? Like these things, they're good if they ever resolve, but at the same time they're hard to resolve. I can board out one of them. And then I board out 2 Ramses, right? No, Ramses good against them. They have... No, Ramses... I'm gonna board out the Ramses. Actually, I'm gonna board out... Daigo is good to resolve. Right. Well, I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna run this back like this. Hopefully I didn't make any huge mistakes by doing this. I can never figure out how to board with this deck. Actually, how did I board with this deck like before, with the old school blue-green ramp decks? Was I boarding out Ramses back then against decks that Ramsey isn't that great against? I forgot. Alright, do I get turn 1 ramp? Yes, I do. Multiple, in fact. Okay, this is the perfect hand. I got a nut draw. Wonderful. Unless I have turn 1 blow up Primal Resurgence, I'm gonna resolve a Primal Resurgence. And then probably resolve a Ramsey plus a Primal Resurgence. Or actually, how much do I care about Antelope or play around Cosmic? I care way more about playing around Cosmic Sinkhole, so I'm not gonna go Ramsey into Primal, I'll go Primal into Ramsey. Extra Antelope shouldn't matter that much. They're thinking again. Mulliganing? Okay, good. Or do it manually. Well, you can still do it. Like, you can still right click to take Mulligan. You don't have to do it manually, even if you don't have access to hotkeys. You're gonna keep 6. Cool. Use a card to bottom. And they're gonna first mate too? Well, sure. Fetch a Mabel? Yep, makes sense. And you still don't have to reveal that, but whatever. Alright, time for me to start doing my thing, which is play out the nut draw. And the good news about being on the play is that you can't turn 1 Cosmic Synchro or Primal Resurgence if you're on the draw. You can try to turn 2 Cosmic Synchro or something, but that's not going to work because I have enough mana floating to pay for Cosmic. Mr. Caverns a tap? Yep, sure. Timber range, nice. Do I fetch with that? No. Well, anyways, do I play Shifting Blade or do I fetch Lush Oasis right now? Or I mean, Flourishing Crevasse, I mean. Okay, so what do I play out? That's gonna lose me more life in the long run. Shifting Blade. Yeah, I just, like, I'm always going to do this eventually, so I might as well just do it now to not lose life to first Shifting Blade activation. So let's see, Flourishing Crevasse. And I already decided how I'm sequencing this. So, like, you can counter this if you want to prevent a Ramsey from being, or you can Cosmic Single this if you want to prevent Ramsey from being played, but otherwise, I'm doing a net draw thing. I have 7 mana next turn. I don't know about you, but that definitely is a lot of mana. So yeah, next turn I just slam Vivian, and the only thing that counters it is Lost to Dreams, which if they try to counter Vivian with Lost to Dreams, then they're gonna take a fatigue. Unless they also board in some stuff. They could have boarded in Still Pandemonium. I mean, that would be a pretty good response to Vivian, but I won't have to sack my land aura to do that, so I still get to play Vivian with a land on top next turn. So let's see. Pale Scatter. Do I, if they have Lost to Dreams, I want Vivian. I want to play Vivian, right? Yeah, I definitely do. Attack first, see what they have, and get my Vivian Lost to Dreams. Yes, they can't Cosmic Synchro this. Well, first of all, because they can only Cosmic for 1, and they can pay for it. So yeah, they need to have exactly Lost to Dreams or Still the Pandemonium to counter this. Otherwise, Vivian resolves, and then they have to deal with the resolved Vivian. I think they exactly have Still the Pandemonium. Cool. Okay, maybe oh wait, what? No, I'm paying for that. Let resolve. Nice. I actually have 2 floating, which means I get to, if Vivian flips a 2-drop, I actually get to just cast it. This is really nice. And well, I get Tyrant. I mean, that's a pretty good consolation prize. And yeah, I get just plus Vivian again, make it 2/2, and then waste 2 mana, but it's worth it because it basically got Vivian resolved. So now they have to deal with a resolved Vivian on turn 3. And I'm not sure how their deck deals with that. Am I close to casting Tyrant? Not really. Also, another advantage of Vivian is that it mills a lot of lands for Sackbow. You just pass. Okay, that's fine. Leyran Alpha. Alright, so let's see what Vivian flips. Nothing. Well, it flips the RFE, but yeah, it didn't flip anything. I mean, from what Gal told me, Vivian is supposed to hit around 80% of the time. It feels more like it hits half the time. Maybe I'm just not... maybe I'm just getting bad luck. Okay, I attack pre-combat. Or I mean, I attack first and then cast spells post-combat. They're gonna flash in Mabel, which is fine by me. Now they're tapped out, so I get to resolve what? I don't want to resolve another Vivian. I like the Vivian that's currently in play. So I just let that happen. Let's Vivian again, make a 2/2. And might as well play Petal Scatter. So get a land aura again, make an Antelope, and pass the turn. So if they have Elaborate Transportation, they can definitely blow me out. Like Elaborate Transportation, blink my forest, destroy all of the land auras. And they have they can Cosmic Coalescing for Elaborate Transportation and then cast it if they really want to. But that doesn't deal with the board right now, so even if they did that, I think I'd still be pretty far ahead. Anyways, Petal Scatter is a 6/6 because I have 4 non-creatures in play. And they pass? What? Okay, sure. Well, I slam Leyran Alpha now or post-combat. Actually, Vivian just gets the ult right now, and I don't think their deck can deal with the Vivian ult. So yeah, let me plus Vivian first. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, Sackbow. I like that card. And I just cast Leyran Alpha, right? Yeah. Are they gonna counter this? I mean, they definitely can't counter this if they want, but then I just get the Vivian minus. They're gonna counter that. Okay, cool. Maybe that's why I should play this post-combat. Well, maybe I got a bit too excited. I should have just cast Sackbow instead. Well, anyways, yeah, just gonna Vivian ult right now and get my 4 Hydras. And, well, this is slightly smaller now. And yeah, swing with all these guys. Let's see how you deal with this. I don't think they're dead or I don't think they're like completely dead right now, but definitely dead next turn. Are they just dead? Okay, so all my guys have trample. They have 22 virtual health. I think that's probably more than 22 damage. Yeah, okay, there we go. So that's how you win this game. You just get the nut draw. Cool. Alright, time for round 3. I mean, game 3. Actually, maybe I just board out the Tyrant Tributes, right? Because that's not how I win this matchup. You know, I keep one. Let me think. Tyrant is just counterspell bait. I really don't want to be slamming Tyrants. I'm gonna board out the Tyrant. Might be a mistake since I don't have, but Leiran, like, I think Leiran's good enough top end to just win the game. They also have 0 ways to deal with Hadik. And yeah, so I just go with this. Okay, and this is a really good starting hand if they don't have Cosmic Sinkhole on one, which they probably do. I'm gonna keep anyways because this is what the deck's all about. No fear. You're not gonna play ramp and be scared of turn 1 Cosmic Sinkhole because there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to accept that your primary surgeons can get turn 1 Cosmic Sinkhole. And if it happens, then you just have to play the fair game. The good news about Hadik, at least, is that unless they want to grab a L body from the sideboard, they can't kill it. In fact, it grows every time they try to cast a non-creature spell. So yeah, let's see if they have Cosmic Sinkhole on turn 1. Of course they do. Like they kept 7, so they probably am keeping a hand that has something early game. They are thinking a bit about what land to play though, which is interesting. Okay, they're doing the first mate thing. And you know you don't have to reveal that, right? Okay, so if the fact that they swatched out a Cosmic Sinkhole suggests to me that they have a Cosmic Sinkhole, or a second Cosmic Sinkhole in hand, which is, so do I, with that knowledge, do I jam, no, they don't have, why would you, okay, so that means they don't have a turn 1 untapped blue source. Well, perfect timing, I have Primary Surgeons, so yeah, massive punish for not having the turn 1 Cosmic Sinkhole. Mirror Gate, cool. Yeah, so turns out they just didn't have the turn 1 untapped blue source. Even Crystal Cavern, they're using Mirror Gate to fix themselves. I feel like if I was playing this deck, I definitely would have at least tried to screw my opponents by naming one of their fetches. But sure, I mean, if you want to make a Crystal Cavern start coming into play tapped, then be my guest. Can they steal Cosmic Sinkhole here? I mean, they can. So what do I want to get countered? I want Recall or Pale Scar to get countered. Well, I mean, Recall is way better to get countered by Cosmic Sinkhole, so I'll just try to jam that. Yeah, so show me the Cosmic Sinkhole. Yep, there we go. Next turn, I'm going to try to jam Pal Scatter. Oh, they're Masquerade too. Okay, cool. Crumbling Shrine. So now I'm going to fetch Flourishing Crevasse so that I can play Pale Scatter. Unfortunately, the way I've set my mana means I want to split up my land auras. I mean, so it makes my untappers make less mana, but at the same time, it makes me play around Elaborate Transportation, which I should not be worrying about right now because they definitely don't have the mana to do that play, but playing like that also lets me keep up Forbidden Treasure for my opponent's turn. I mean, they're not going to play any instants on their turn, so like no point in doing that, right? Just going to jam Pale Scatter and see what happens. Technically, I could have waited a turn so I had Forbidden plus Pale Scatter. That would require me playing Crumbling Shrine this turn. I mean, that could have been excusable. Like, that's not the worst play. So what, I just play Crumbling Shrine this turn, see why I flip, and then next turn I go Pale Scatter, Forbidden Treasure back up. They're countering it. Is it Lost Through Dreams? No, it's Cosmic Sinkhole. What? I just pay for it. Oh, do they not have the new version? Oh wait, they have tapped 2 lands. Alright, let's see if my opponent has another counter spell for Pale Scatter. Nope, they don't. Cool. Alright, so let's see how they deal with a Pale Scatter on turn whatever this is. Well, they're Masquerade. Seems like they're still Masquerade. Okay, that's really unfortunate for them. So that probably means they'll have another counter spell, right? But like I know they have Cosmic Sinkhole, so I shouldn't be jamming Leiran into it. Let's see what's on top of Crumbling Shrine. Ramsey, that's not very useful right now. I want more action right now. I'll whack you for 4 and end the turn. I'm going to animate Crumbling Shrine end of their turn and start being down with 2 guides. Like that's 7 power, so that's a 3-turn clock. If they want to ready for anything, do I counter that? I mean, I think I do, because I want the game to end before they draw themselves out of the Masquerade. Alright, it seems like they have Magtorn at least, and now they're dead to 2 swings of these guys. They can flash a Mabel to block, or Mabel to chump, but I'm pretty happy if that happens. They fetch out Sedate Tundra, and okay, yeah, I'm animating this end of turn. If they want to kill this, no, they can't kill this thing. They don't have enough lands for Void Flare to deal 3 damage. I'll just get pretty free reign over whatever is happening here. Do I play Leiran pre-combat? No, I don't. I want them to flash a Mabel and tap themselves out so I can play Leiran. Yeah, I just do this now. Let's see what they do. Well, you definitely flash in Mabel here, right? No, they just take. Okay, it seems like they're definitely playing it safe right now. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna play Crumbling Shrine number 2 and animate again. Oh, well, that's a pretty good draw or good card to draw next turn. So I'm gonna keep that on top and pass the turn again. Let's see if you can deal with. Okay, they're gonna flash in Mabel end of turn. Yeah, that's fine. If they have 4 lands, they can start void flaring down my board. No, if they have 4 lands, they get Princess online, and I have to play around Princess, which is not fun. Okay, so what's the worst that Princess can do? Comes down, blows up a Primary Surge, and this gives Mabel first strike. Mabel, or it gives itself first strike. It kills Pels. No, they don't have. Cool. They don't have Princess. All right, sure. I get to. Oh, they're literally just they're discarding from hand size. They're really screwed. Okay, that's really unfortunate for them. Do I do anything pre-combat? If I cast Playran right now, like it gets countered by a Lost Through Dreams, I guess. That'd be a good outcome for me. It also gets countered by Cosmic Sinkhole. Or no, it doesn't, because I can tap my Crumbling Shrines to pay for Cosmic. Or no, I can't. Okay, so I play Vivian right now, and if they want to Cosmic Sinkhole me, I just tap my Crumbling Shrines to pay for Cosmic, and then have a Vivian online. And that seems way better. 5. Alright, does this resolve? Actually, no, if they counterspell me, I just Forbidden Treasure them back. Pound. Yep. Well, let's see what they have. If they want to Cosmic Sinkhole this, I get to tap my other Forbidden Crumbling Shrine. I think the reason I'm doing this is because I think Vivian on board is way more threatening to them than these guys swinging. They get to chump. They say GG. I mean, it is pretty much over for them once Vivian resolves. They definitely did not get a very good game because he got screwed. Maybe it was an ambitious keep. Like, they know they needed turn 1 Cosmic Sinkhole against my turn 1 ramp, right? If they had untapped Loose Force, this game would play out way more differently because my Primary Resurgency gets countered and then I don't get to start going off next turn. Oh, so that's my round 1 game. Going 1-0 right now. Yep, see you next round.